Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Redmi Note 4G variant with me, which is sold in India for around 10,000 via Flipkart. That's around 170 US dollars. And we'll be looking at the camera performance of this device in this review. The rear facing camera is a 13 megapixel shooter with LED flash and it can record video up to 1080p. Whereas the front facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. So let's look at the camera interface first. Let me bring some objects nearby. And as you can see, you have the tap to focus and it takes a second to focus and then you can take the snaps. So it's not instant. If you just hit like this, yes it can, but to get better pictures I would say just tap to an area and then take the shot. You can also take the shots like this and it's pretty quick, but as I mentioned, as you can see, these are the pictures. This came out a little bit blurry because we did not tap exactly on this area, but let's look at this one, and this was a lot better. And the picture quality I would say that you can take with this one. As you can see, this has a lot of text, and then also as you can see it came out pretty decent. The camera performance is actually pretty decent, but before I show you the sample shots, I've taken also a lot of sample shots in varying light conditions and also video with this one. I've also shot some videos with the front facing camera. I'll show you all that a bit later, but let's first look at the interface of this device. And if you hit here, you get to the settings, and from here you can change the ISO, etc., all these things. You even have a HDR mode, but let's go to the settings. I'm in the advanced mode. By default it will be in the simple mode like this. It takes a second to switch, and this is the simple mode that you'll get. But to get to all the options, I would say switch over to the advanced mode, and by default it will be at the 4:3 ratio. You can also move to 16:9. And so it does offer a lot of options, and we do also have HDR mode. So this is the simple mode that we have. Regarding resolution, at 13 megapixel it shoots at 4:3 ratio. So let me actually show you the sample shots that I've taken with this device so that you can judge the camera performance. These were shot with the 13 megapixel rear facing camera of the Redmi Note 4G, and as you can see in outdoor lighting conditions, the pictures come out to be really sharp and they have good detail. Even the color accuracy is very good and the pictures are sharp. We also have the HDR mode. This is without the HDR mode, and this was taken in the HDR mode. Another picture, this is without HDR and this is in HDR. Though the HDR is there, but the pictures look very artificial. But in normal mode, the color accuracy is pretty good. I'm recording this video with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G variant at the highest setting possible, that is 1080p, and the audio is also being recorded by the internal microphone of this device. And this is my roof garden, and this is the shadowed area, and this is the sunny area. Let me just slowly pan now to give you an idea how it behaves, and I'm doing this handheld. And we don't have any tap to focus, so focusing is completely auto. So very close objects can be an issue, but if you are about 1.5 to 2 feet away, then it does focus. And let me just walk back normally now, and it's a sunny day today. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with this Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G outdoors on a sunny day. Now these were shot in semi-indoor conditions, and here I would say it does an okay job but not a very good job. The pictures are not very sharp in these conditions, and as you can see they come out to be a little bit blur. As you can see this picture, but now when I zoom in there is not a lot of detail in the picture. These were shot in completely artificial conditions in my office, and I would say for the most part it does a decent job, but again there is a loss of detail at times. As you notice, this was at auto mode without flash. Here I manually enabled the flash and it did a lot better job with forcefully enabling the flash. This is again without the flash, and here I enabled the flash. So in completely artificial light there is some loss of detail in the picture. These were shot with a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and indoor shots are okay I would say, but if there is a little bit of lighting the pictures come out pretty good. This is in completely artificial lighting conditions in my office with the front facing camera. This is a sample video recorded with the front facing camera of this Redmi Note 4G, and this is outdoors, so this should give you an idea how would be the video recording. Again, we don't have any tap to focus, and as you can see, if I move around, the exposure changes. So you be a judge, and this is the front face recording with the front facing camera of this device. Now recording this part of the footage with the front facing camera of this Redmi Note 4G, and this is in completely artificial light in my office. So this should give you an idea how would be the video recording if it's recorded with the front facing camera in completely artificial lighting conditions. So what do I feel about the camera performance of this Redmi Note 4G? As we have seen from the sample shots, the camera performance is actually pretty good. In outdoor lighting conditions where there's a ample of light, the pictures come out to be really sharp. Yes, we even have the HDR mode, but I feel the colors look very artificial if you enable the HDR mode. But when we move to indoor lighting conditions, yes, you can get some decent shots, but you have to be a little bit careful because sometimes the shots can come out to be a little bit blurred. Though we have this LED flash, as I mentioned earlier, the LED flash is not very aggressive. In some areas where I thought that with the flash enabled, it would have taken better shots. In auto mode, the flash was not enabled, so I had to toggle it on. So you have to be a little bit careful in low lighting conditions and in artificial light. You have to manually enable the flash to get better pictures. So overall, I would say it's a decent performing camera, but in artificial lighting and in low lighting conditions, it will struggle up a little bit. Now when we move to the front facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel shooter, it can shoot video up to 720p HD, and as we have seen from the sample shots, the video quality that we got with the front facing camera was very good. Though it shoots at 720p, the quality was very good in my opinion. Also for selfie shots, the camera performance was very good. So what do I feel about the camera performance of this Redmi Note 4G? Considering the price point, it sells in India for around 10,000 rupees, that's about US $170. If you take into account the price to performance ratio, I would say the camera performance on this Redmi Note 4G is very good. Yes, it's not the best 13 megapixel camera that we have seen, and in low lighting conditions, it does tend to struggle up a bit. But as I mentioned, taking into account the price to performance ratio, I would say the camera performance on this device is pretty good. I've also posted several other videos on this Redmi Note 3G as well as the 4G variant, so make sure you check them out. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.